What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Dragon's Dogma. My name is Splattercat. Stoked to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and try to get revenge on a big old lizard, because that's all that he is. He doesn't scare me. He scares some people. I'm not one of them. He ripped my heart out because I didn't need it. I told you in the previous episode, heartless. I came into this thing heartless, and so, not that worried when the dragon takes my heart. That shit was ancillary anyways. It didn't matter. It was tertiary. Unnecessary. My blood beats on hate alone. We should probably break some of these crates in here. So yeah, in today's episode, we're going to shore up the rest of the beginning storyline. And then we should be able to begin our adventure. I promise it gets really, really free-roamy after a while. It just takes a bit. You got to get through, like, the opening storyline parts, and then all of a sudden, it's like every other free-roaming game. You'd be like, I'm free! And you can wander around and do whatever you want.
You say it left a glowing scar?
Yes. The wound has closed, and it seems the worst has passed, but his heart lies silent.
If you would face me. You are sure of this?
Yes.
Ill magic, the work of some curse. The whole world's already gone mad for fear of this dragon. Won't no good come of this. I must go see to the others, Kina. Tell me if aught changes here.
All right.
So ought is basically, it can be anything or it can be nothing. They'll be like, we have aught in hand! And that'll mean they have nothing in hand. And then sometimes be like, call me if there's aught that I can do. And so ought appears to mean anything, something, and or nothing. And you just kind of have to infer context from it. You'll probably figure that out all by yourself. I didn't need to tell you. A flask of oil! That's good because I haven't greased myself up in the last couple of days. And I think I got a bodybuilding contest next Tuesday, so gonna get all greased up for that. I don't really want most of this. Well, actually I do, because I'm gonna sell it. We're gonna go to the store. You should definitely rob the entire village. This game is old school in that regard, where you are absolutely allowed to run through everybody's houses stealing their stuff. And you totally should. Now, we draw the line at physical abuse. You probably shouldn't stab them with a sword. They seem to get kind of upset about it. But much other than that, you should search most locations in this game and see if you can get some freebies, because honestly, it helps to have like 60, 70,000 gold when you get to the capital later on in the game.
You should be abed. I wish you would not strain yourself so. I'm worried for you, cuz.
Aw, we're related to her. Never mind then. Never mind. Are you like second cousins or? Never mind. Let's just move on. No good is gonna come of this. We are in Casardis. You can't spell ass without Casardis. Guess what our main export is? We're pretty good at gigoloing out here. I don't want to brag about it or anything, but I want to fill this up with oil. Oh, I don't have an empty flask. So these little things, a recurring thing, so the little one right there that's silver that has water in it, the one with the bronze, or I guess the copper, or maybe it's just pottery, has oil in it. And if you have empty flasks, you can fill them with water and or oil. Oil makes enemies more susceptible to fire if you throw it at them. Water makes them more susceptible to lightning. And then the oil is super useful because you can use it to light lamps. And so that's actually what I keep a lot of it for. What's inside of here? Cloud wine. Yeah, let's start our adventure with Stabdominal Steve by getting super ridiculous shit-faced. That sounds great. I think there's like a secret treasure back here or something like that. This game is littered with secret treasure. Seriously, it's everywhere. Keep an eye out because there's ledges and things all over the place that you can get super awesome free gear from. And if you miss them, it can actually hurt your progress. Like, I found armor that is stupidly good, just like hidden up on people's roofs and stuff. It's everywhere. So think of this kind of like an exploration game in every single city. So when you get to a city, what you really want to do is you want to run around for like an hour, climbing all over everything and looking at every corner, trying to find the good. This sword is terrible. We got to go get a better weapon. Wait, was there... Ooh, a flask of oil over there. Yeah. Stand aside, child. I've aught in hand, and I will now destroy the chest so that I can take the treasures of your family that have been handed down through the generations. That actually looks to be a grown-ass man. Sorry, there's a flask of water right there. Don't really need that. My hydration's in a good situation right now. Down we go. The controls are very, very simple. One of the things, actually, I think this is a really, really good PC port. I was expecting worse. I'll put it like that. Being a fan of Dragon's Dogma on consoles, I was really expecting the controls to suck in this game. Because console to PC ports, they always have bad ports. They just always do. And so anyways, it's nice to see that the port was done very, very nicely and everything feels smooth. We need to run around. Actually, this is where I would have come from if I hadn't jumped off that ledge right there. If I hadn't been feeling a little bit aggressive and jumpy about my what is this? Yay! About my movement through the game. Let's smash some more stuff. Nothing in there, but there is an interventative here and a greenware-ish. We want a whole bunch of greenware-ishes. Not to be confused with greenware, which is actually the real deal. Greenware-ish, we want that bucket, we want that mop. You need to treat this like the beginning of Skyrim or the beginning of Oblivion. Just pick up everything that's available so that you can sell it to the first merchant. Seriously, I'm not even messing with you. Being able to get like 10,000 gold right at the beginning of the game is pretty sweet. And it allows you to jump straight into some of the better gear in the game. Or I'm sorry, not in the game, but some of the better gear in the city. Right at the start so that you actually have a chance. You do want to keep your gear current in this game. You do want to stay upgraded because it's easy to fall behind the curve. And while you can level to negate some of that, he flinched. You get 2 for flinching, man. I'm going to be that guy in the village. 2 for flinching, nerd. You can search these cabinets over here, and they'll give you free money, so do that. I don't think we... Oh, we can sit in the chair. Okay, I want that Grancis herb. I want all of these beef steaks over here. I also want that plumpkin. I will take the foreign knife, because that's worth hella money. The large fish is also worth a bunch of money for this point in the game. Yeah, if you search the village and get everything, you should be good on cash pretty quickly at the beginning. I don't think I have cash problems too frequently in this game until you start collecting like the really, really odd items. And then they can get a little bit expensive, but you're not cash poor. What is this? Notice boards that cost Grancis advertise quests and errands for you to undertake. Let's see here. We have defeat 10 bandits. Absolutely, I'll take that one. And so the reward is annealed stilettos or anal stilettos. I don't know how to say that word, so I'm going to go with anal because it's funnier. We have defeat 10 goblins. Cool. That actually falls right inside what I can do too. Mice, absolutely doable. Will be a chicken chasing rat slayer in the beginning. And then slay 5 rabbits. That's pretty easy too. All of these quests are actually very, very nice quests early on to get yourself all nice and leveled. This guy, I think, says something to us.
Like his greetings upon you. What can I do you for?
So anyways, this is an inn. At the inn, you can store your items. You can rest till any type of day that you want. Midnight, noon. Okay, not any type. You can go to 2 of the types of day. And then as you get further into the game, these guys are also your skill trainers, strangely enough. You go to inns and you'll be able to buy skills using your... They're called discipline points, I guess, which you accrue every time you kill stuff. So we got to go buy ourselves some things, which the game is warning us right now. You really, really do not want to go adventuring with this current crappy gear that you have. Which then raises the question, why would they give it to you in the first place? It doesn't matter. Let's just go. Actually, there's more treasure over here. I think there's a bunch of stuff inside of these stables that we can get our hands on. Don't mind me. I'm just destroying your random carpentry sundries. This is how the carpenter stays in business. He actually hires me to run around. It's a little bit of a racket, but he hires me to run through town just wrecking people's shit up so that I can get freebies and so that he'll get lots of business on top of that. You'd think people would be more careful about their storage solutions. One would think, but what are you going to do? I think this loops back down and in here. Actually, there was nothing in there. I thought there was. There's something inside one of these. Maybe it's at the top of the tower. It's at the top of the tower. I'll bet you anything. Is that... I think that's water right there, which we don't really need. Oil is what I tend to carry like 50 oils around with me everywhere, because you never know. Lots of things. Oh, yeah, there's a free lantern up here, if I remember right. There's a throw blast. And sometimes you can search a location twice, so be aware. You might be missing out on loot. If it stays glowing, there's no knowing what that loot node will be showing. See, I should do little tutorials and stuff for games. It would be pretty awesome, right? Because I rhyme. Oh, shit.
That man you were speaking with, He's of the Pawn Legion. They come from some unknown place, just appear without a warning. They're a strange lot. Not human, quite. They look the part, sure enough, but they lack the will, the spark, what drives us. They have no capacity to feel nor act alone, so they live as sellswords. Myrmidons, they're called. There's an encampment west of the village where men gather to face the dragon. I'd wager a fair number of his kind will be there as well. Why don't you take him? Might be you learn aught of why he came to you in the first place.
Before...
Hooray! We have a soulless pawn. I can virtually guarantee you that if there were soulless husks of human beings, they would not be used for soldiering. They would be used for hookering. I would wager money on. I've been part of humanity for a long time now, and there are really only several needs that most human beings respond to. So your first pawn. The pawns are kind of an interesting mechanic, and I'd love to see how they're utilized further, like in a sequel or something like that. In this game, they're a little bit rudimentary, but they still do what they're supposed to. Pawns can learn stuff, and so let's say that I take somebody else's pawn that's like level 30, and I use it on one of my quests. If that pawn has done the quest before, he'll be able to advise you along the way and tell you what to do next. So there are quests in this game that can be a little weird and hard to figure out. It's nice to occasionally have a pawn that's like, Master, I've done this quest before, and they'll tell you how to do whatever it is that you need to do. I do need oil. Let's take some oil. I'm borrowing this. Where do we get oil? Oil's got to be hard to produce. How do you produce oil? By rendering fat, maybe? I bet that's how you get it. By rendering unto the fatsmith. What is the fatsmith's? Every village has a fatsmith. My town has a fatsmith. It's called McDonald's. It's the fatsmith. You go there. Maybe Sonic if you're into that sort of thing. Sonic's alright. My problem with Sonic is their food isn't salty enough. Like, you always gotta salt it yourselves. Don't mind me, I'm just in here at the grocer's taking everything that doesn't belong to me so that I can sell it to the guy across the street who does not ask any questions about the current situation. People are a little bit cavalier like that in this world. They don't question it. Like, where did this good come from? Nope, that is far too much effort. Break that, break that. I think I can. I can't break those. Never mind. This really isn't that important. We're going to pick up enough loot later on. I mean, I don't know. It's just because I'm a loot hound. That's really what it comes down to. Is I am a giant loot hound. Alright, that's enough for this. That's enough. There's some stuff along the edge of town we should probably go get. There's some things down by the beach that we should probably go get. This guy, this Menelaus-looking guy, wants to do something with us. I don't know.
Pawn will be looking to head west to the encampment, no doubt. Why don't you see him there? He'll not make the trip on his own. His kind'll rot where they stand, unless a human orders them to move.
I'd be ordering him to do all kinds of stuff. I'd be like, I order you to mix this conquered grape jelly and this hot sauce together, and then also this milk, and then eat it. I would be terrible with my pawn. I'd just be messing with him.
It's a mercy so much of the village was spared. I only wish I had more to offer.
Alright, so what we want to do right now is we want to sell all the stuff we just picked up, except for the Mithridati. We don't want to sell that. I do like the inventory system in this game, like, for realsies. The inventory system in this game, I love buying and selling. It's very, very simple, and it's very, very fast. We're going to sell Harspud juice we're going to need. We'll sell the carrots. We'll sell the beefsteaks. We will sell the pumpkin and the large fish. Right now, it looks like we've got 1,000 gold in escrow. I will sell... none of those. Ceramic jug, you can go. That's a junk item. Lots of junk items in this game that you don't really need, but you can pick them up if you needed to earn a little bit of extra cash. There's a tiny bit more. Cloud wine we more than likely won't be using anytime soon. Got a blank scroll. I think that's useful for something, but you know what? I'm just going to sell all this stuff. And then that should be pretty much it for us. So I'm going to confirm that. Nope. And then, oh, it's backspace to check out. That's right. And so there's 2,000 more dollars that we can use. 2,000 more gilder, kroner, whatever you want to call it. What we want to do now is we want to buy some basic gear. Because until we have some basic gear, we're not going to be able to get anything done. I would start out with the trusty sword if you're a war. I just need one. I don't need two. Thank you. We can also take a pelta, a round shield. I think wasn't there another shield here? I thought there was another shield here, like a metal shield or something. Either way, that'll do. We're going to spend a little bit of cash. We got a traveler's hood. A linen shirt wouldn't hurt. All of these are adjusting our stats, obviously. They got piercing, striking, resistance, magic, defense, and defense. It's all very simple. It's easy to understand. The system works exactly like you'd figure it would. I'm thinking... You get an... By the way, you get an undershirt and you get an overshirt. I forgot to tell you. You get clothing and then you get armor. One goes over the other. And so these are kind of like your underpinning. They don't really change in stats much. They're mostly just for style or... You know, I'm gonna get a hemp shirt so that I can smoke it just in case I get bored. We got 700 gold left. That's not good. Can I get some elbow pads at least? What do elbow pads cost? Oh, man, they're 1,000 gold. All right, let's just check out then. We got the basic gear we need. We got to go to the equipment changing menu. It can be weird to find the first couple times you play it. The menus can be in odd spots in this game, so if you can't find something, I'll do my best to narrate and tell you where it is. I will probably... We've got a plebeian shirt that we are currently wearing. Yeah, I don't think we want to wear that. I have strong arguments against wearing anything that has my blood all over it. It just seems like bad luck. I'd be like, listen, I already wore this shirt once and got jacked by a dragon and got my heart ripped out. I don't know how far. I love that dragon like a brother. Like a brother, and he ripped my heart out, man. All right. And so now that we're sort of equipped for the road, at least we've got a good weapon. That's all that matters, because if you're good at blocking and staying the hell out of the way, you'll probably survive just about anything in this game. And so onwards to adventure!
This path should see us there.
That path will... Why are you running off ahead, man? Oh, I forgot to get a bunch of stuff in the village. There's a bunch of treasure chests that we missed in the village. I'll go back for them later. Make sure you search the map. Oh, bunnies. It's bunny time! You also want to kill the bunnies because they give you rabbit pelts, which are important for level 1 upgrades. They can be kind of hard to... They're not hard to come by. Actually, the bunnies are kind of dumb in this game. I don't know why I said that. The bunnies are usually pretty easy to catch. The bunny. I missed a quest, too. Oh, man, we're going to have to go back in town. I know it. These guys will just pick stuff up along the way. Just ignore them. Let them do their thing. We're almost done with our bunnies. So we'll be able to check that off the list. Through this brush over here, I think there's a bunch of greenware-ish on this side. And then if you hook around here, we'll need cape flower and we'll need sunbloom and some other stuff for later. But for right now, it's not super important. I thought there was a chest over here. I'll bet there is. It's probably just down off the cliff. Yep, there it is right there. So you see what I mean? You should look around everywhere in this game. There is stuff sprinkled, positively scattered all over the game. And while it won't seem like much, you can definitely make a decent amount of coin just looking around. Like, there's a bunch right there, but we've got to make this jump. So let me... Nope, that is not... That was the worst jumping ever. There we go. That works. And so now we're soaked with water. You'll learn to recognize the graphic after a while. That actually should be more than enough cash to get us completely and totally equipped here at the first camp. That'll give me a little bit extra to buy some elbow guards and like a basic helmet and some other stuff. If you need to climb things, hold down on the space bar. Took me a little bit to figure that out. And so I saw my guys climbing all over everything like they're little spider monkeys, and so I assumed that I could do it too. You can learn to do it too. And there's fish over here, just in case you wanted to gather some fish. You can pick those up, and then you can sell them to a vendor. The smalls are not worth quite so much as the larges, but, just little things you can do in this game in case you're interested. It's doable. It's around. The fish should eventually vanish. Let's go back, and actually until nighttime we don't really have that much to worry about. I missed a quest and a bunch of other stuff in town. So while we're running around, we probably want to go back over here and get that covered. So let's break some crates, because that would be great, mate. Great crate, mate. Put it on the slate. My name is Tate. It is your fate. Oh, we gassed out, so now I'm all tired. I'm going to go into town. Let's get the secrets in town, or at least some of the treasure chests and stuff. Then we'll go back out. I forgot a quest in here, too, and I'm going to try and do as much as I can with this game. There's a lady over here that gives you a quest. I'm going to miss stuff as we get further and further on into the game. That right there means she has a quest. The green thing means she's got a prompt.
I'd craft dressings for the wounded had I the makings. If only I'd known. Cuz I need a favor. Can you fetch the flowers I need from outside the village? I need more of the one you see there. And one other sort besides. The more you can find, the better.
Cool. We're a real hero now. We just got our first fetch quest. You know shit gets real when you get your first fetch quest. That's how you know people put you on the docket. They got you on the list. So down here on the beach, you can loot fish off of these little racks. I'm not going to bother with it for right now. What we're really interested in is if we go down the beach this way, there's a whole bunch of treasure down here. You can sprint as much as you want as long as you're in town, so don't concern yourself too much with burning through stamina when you're inside the village. But there's a little cave over here off to the side, and there's a bunch of stuff around the beach. I think there's a chest, and I think, yeah, there's a chest over here. I'm not going to break all the crates because I'm lazy and I don't really need it. That's got cloud wine in it, and then I think there's another one over here maybe. I'm going to roll in some water, though, just in case I wanted to get struck by lightning. Yeah, there's another one right here. Harspud juice, not that important. It's a healing potion. That's all that it is. And you don't want to go too far out in the water, he said as he soaked himself in the water. God. Anyways, there's a bunch of stuff on the roof, too. If you get up onto these mountains right here, there's a couple of things. And then we'll go back out and we'll adventure for a little while. And we'll have ourselves a good old time. I may cut these episodes a little bit longer, like 5 minutes longer maybe, for a while, just to see how it goes, because it's going to be difficult to accomplish anything inside the prescribed 23 to 25 minute limits that YouTube seems to like so much. So I may just forego logic and wisdom about playing the game on YouTube and just do whatever I want. I don't need to be in here. Instead, I need to be up this way. And then I don't think I can make that jump over to there. But there might be... Take the flask of oil while I'm here, because I will need that later. There should be a jumpy spot around here somewhere. Let's see. Maybe it's up this way. You can go into all these houses. Oh, there's no jumpy spot. You just walk up here. Okay, so it's not that hidden. It seems like it might be kind of hidden. Oh, there's a good chest right there. That's on some dank shit right there. Look at that chest. And nobody investigates this. More cloud wine. I was hoping maybe I'd be able to clip up there and go back around an easier way, but you know what? Sometimes the easy way... Is there potent greenwarish? Oh, there's potent greenwarish. It's just greenwarish, but better. Ow! Luckily, my minion should heal me. The higher the fall, the more damage you will suffer. You don't say. I guess I gotta stay inside the circle, oh magic. Heal me so that I can fall on my face more and better. The first great fall of our adventure. It's gonna be nighttime pretty soon. The game does have a day and night cycle. Different stuff happens at day versus night. It's a little bit like, you remember back in Ocarina of Time, like nighttime and daytime had different people and different vendors and different events and stuff like that. Exact same thing here. It's really, really easy to miss a lot of stuff in this game. Just because, like, I went through a walkthrough of this game, and I was actually fairly surprised how much stuff I missed after, like, my first little playthrough. I will take everything in here, because scribe supplies tend to be really, really valuable. Oh, we got more quests. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, a moment. I would not ask this of anyone but you, cousin. I've news for Merrin. Dark news. I fear I cannot bring myself to face him. Will you go in my stead? His brother is dead. It happened on the shoreways. We were fleeing the worm, and Cortez leapt before the beast's talons to shield us. I saw it. Saw him hurtling through the air. Saw him fall back to the ground. I did nothing. Just watched the poor man die. I cannot face Merrin for the shame of it. He deserves to know what happened, but Please go and tell him.
I mean, you could just leave that part out. You could just be like, yeah, your brother died on the beach fighting the dragon like a badass. And then you've relayed the story. And then, you know, you don't have to be like, your brother died fighting a dragon. I was like, nah, gee, I ain't trying to die like that. I ain't down for this struggle. But you don't have to, you know, it doesn't seem to me like you can still tell the story. You can raise your affinity with people by giving them items or, forget that. Do I look like a hero?
'Tis selfish to beg a favor in such times, I know, but there is aught I would ask your help in. Might we speak a moment, privately?
If you're about to pull a choir boy thing on me, it's not going to be okay. I got a sword, man.
My thanks. 'Tis a sensitive matter. I would ask your discretion. In the wake of the dragon's coming, many of the villagers have come to offer prayers. As a novice and a newcomer, I welcome the chance to be of use, but my scriptures are missing. I have yet to commit the verses to memory. Without the text, I cannot offer up a proper prayer. The scriptures were secure in the chapel last I saw them. I do not wish to believe them stolen. If you come upon them, pray see them back to me. I would be ever in your debt.
Cool. So I guess I gotta search for some scriptures or something. Sometimes they show you how to find stuff and... Oh, this guy's got information. What's up, G?
'Twas me. I confess it. I took the father's book from the chapel. I tried to go back and find the book, but I was in such a panic as I ran. I just wanted to look at it. Just curious is all. Forgive me. I cannot remember where I lost it. I thought to steal a glance and then return it, but the dragon came and I dropped it as I ran. Cor, what am I to say to him now?
Fantastic. And people wonder why I'm not fond of children. People are like, you shouldn't say things like that. I bet you'll love your kids someday. I'm like, yeah, because biology dictates that I have to. I mean, is there anything back here? Oh, just a clipping plane. Just a rogue clipping plane. The door is closed. So I guess we'll keep an eye. Oh, there's a treasure chest over there, though. There should be a bunch of them. You should always check the roofs in this game. There's treasure chests all over the place on roofs and all over the place. I don't know if I can make that jump, though. That jump seems a little sketchy to me. However, that'd work right there. Oh, we're doing it now. Assassin's Creed! Assassin's Creed! I am Ezio! I have come to slay you. No! I fell off your building! I'm not Ezio. I actually fall off the building a surprising amount when I play Assassin's Creed. It happens to me all the time. It happens more frequently than I'd like to admit. No, you didn't grab on, you little bastard! What's wrong with you? Ugh! Why are you making this so difficult on me? All I want is treasure. All that I want is a bit of treasure. Come give me treasure, boy. There's probably an easier way to do this. There. I bet there's nothing good in here anyways. Yeah, we got a Flamica, which I think is like a certain type of bomb or something like that. I can't tell you exactly what I'm sure all these... As a roofer, it infuriates me that this guy's running on a tile roof. Like, seriously, it makes me want to harm him violently. If you only knew how long it takes... If you only knew how long it takes to set this shit up and get it all in line, then this dude's going to run on top of it, probably breaking every other tile. Yeah, you should probably grab onto that right there. Oh, no! Oh, he made it. That seems like it would really hurt your shins, though. That seems like it's a terrible idea. I like my shins. I don't want to run them off. A work table? We're carrying around a whole work table with us, huh?
No, they hold the advantage.
Who holds the advantage? He thinks we're in a fight right now. That's what he says when he thinks we're about to be in fisticuffs. All right. Now we're finally ready to leave the city. In the city we're leaving. Not all monsters are dull creatures. Some are quite shiny. So we've got the quest. So the first thing we need to do is during the day, we got to go over to this tree over here, and you can see the bunnies are having their nightly worship service in front of the tree. We've now defeated bunnies. We got to get 5 sunbrights, and also avoid getting... Oh, that I knocked him out of the air. You see that right there? That was the skillses to pay the billses. Our character is not as strong as our last character. He should be able to handle him. Although I would replace Rook at like the first convenience. Don't keep Rook. He's not that good. He's all right. He's a healer-caster hybrid. What you really want is a healer or a caster pure. You'll get a lot more mileage out of a pure in this game. Got some flasks, got some oil over here. Man, you goblins are living large, aren't you? You guys are taking no... Wow, that guy's getting whooped on. That guy's having kind of a rough day, ain't he? I don't know if I can exit. Ow! You struck me in the back with a cudgel. I am cudged, sir. I have been cudged. I have been cudged well beyond my boundary. I pray... Oh, Jesus. Prithee, sir, stand back while I... Don't help or anything, man. I'm only putting my life at risk trying to help out. And then that's okay. We get a freebie. When foes seem too much, yeah, okay. That seems pretty obvious. I'm cool. But did you restore his health?
That was far too close. I'm called Reynard, a traveling salesman, though those damnable beasts ruined my wares. But thanks to you, it was only wares I lost. I'll consider it a bargain. You have my thanks.
He gave us a leather cape? Yeah! Okay, so you can't do, if you press I, you can't actually equip things through this menu. You have to actually press escape, and then you got to go into the equipment menu right here, and then you can equip stuff. There was a slight detachment. Like, it does a pretty good job of pointing you in whatever direction you need to go. So, ooh. Yes, please. Oh, it came with a brooch, too? That's pretty sweet. Hell yeah. The most bro-ish of cloak accessories. My brooch. Hey, did you not put that on? I demand that you put that cloak on right now, sir. For great style and justice. Oh, we actually look a little bit more hobo-y now. We definitely look like 60% more hobo-y. Lame. Well, while we're looking hobo-y, let's finish off this quest. We'll get the last little night bloom over here. I'm sorry, the day bloom or whatever it's called. And then once we got that, oh, we got a goblin over here. Hold on, I'm going to steal his goblin treasure first. A silencer arrow. So you can be like the PPK in GoldenEye, and you can catch people with it. Go ahead and... Ooh! I don't want to set the world on fire. An Angel's Parry app. That buffs your stats for a little while. If you were wondering. You got to find a big tree. If you find the big trees, they always have the day bloom things around it that you need. Like right here. There we go. Or the Sunbrights or whatever you want to call them. We now have enough Sunbrights to turn in half of the quest. But this is not the entire quest. The other thing we need is going to be down by the beach. And I only know this because I searched for them for super long and my pawn didn't know how to do the quest properly. So he didn't help at all. You can also knock stuff out of trees. Sometimes there'll be stuff up in the limbs of trees. And seriously, this game is honeycombed with random stuff for you to find. I'm not messing with you. Like, you really want to take the time to explore around and find stuff. It will make your adventures easier. Like, there's a bunch of gear on the beach on this map that is so good. And it'll last you well past the capital. Like, you'll be equipped with it, and you'll be looking sexy and spry. It'll be what's up. You'll be looking like the Khaleesi or something. You got all kinds of furs all over you. Looking bad. I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to grab that night cry. A lot of things in this game can only be combined with other things. There is crafting in this game. So be aware. It's available. If you like crafting, if you're one of those people, well, you can craft to your heart's content in this game. Let's go down to the beach, but I think we're just about out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of super-duper awesome Dragon's Dogma. I forgot to buy a pick. You see that right there? That's actually a rock outcropping that you can mine, and you really, if you start mining late in the game because you didn't know you needed to do it, you actually have a lot of catch-up work to do. Whereas, if you mine from the beginning on out, you shouldn't have too many problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to town, I'm going to grab a pickaxe, and then we'll come back in the next episode. We'll finish off the flower quest, we'll finish off the goblin quest, we'll finish off the brigand quest, and then we'll go to the palisade over there, or the, what is that thing called? Those things have a name. The stockade, I guess, would be a reasonable term. Anyways, we'll go to the stockade, or the fort, I guess would be a good word too. Go to the fort / stockade / whatever you want it to be, and we'll do the next storyline part. All right, Dragon's Dogma, check it out down below. I promise you will not be disappointed. Very, very cool game. Hi to everybody.